Well, it is 9:30 in the evening, and I know I mentioned something about Zoloft, which is a medication that I take. I don't know if anybody has heard of that. No, what am I talking about? I'm sure a lot of people have heard of it, but it seems to make me really sleepy sometimes, but not all the time. It's um, I don't know if anybody has had an experience with that, but at first they started me off like a half of a tablet, and then they moved it to two whole uh, pills, 50 milligrams each. It might not be much for some people because I'm sure other people have taken it before, but it just seems like I'm like more tired when I take it. So I don't know if you can comment about it if anybody has any experience with that. But anyways, side effects. When you get the side effects versus the benefits, I believe that. I'm trying to think if it's just as bad or um, better to take them. I forgot I had my roller in, but yes, I sleep with my roller because that sets my hair for the next day. And tomorrow I'll be going out in the morning, so doing volunteer work. But oh, I'm sleepy, guys. I just been so sleepy. And I'm not sure if it's this medication that I'm taking, or if it's or if it's that maybe I've been up late because sometimes I stay up late and watch the videos, like some of the YouTube videos that I really like. Um, I need to go get me some more water. I don't even feel like going to go get it right now. But this isn't plain water. You see that tea bag hanging right there? The black tea. Because the other day I had me something with sugar in it. And like I was saying, if you drink the black tea, it takes the sugar out of your blood. So, I don't really need all that sugar. So I drink my black tea. Don't put anything in it. Just put like, I'm starting to really like it. I never usually like tea without any sugar or honey or something in it. But don't put any honey, don't put any sugar in it, don't put any sweet and low in it. Well, I don't know if the sweet and low would matter, but it says black tea, so you don't want to drink anything with it so that works, the effect works for to dilute that sugar out of your blood. And it does it rather quickly. Well, drinks like some cups because but if you can't have the tea, don't drink the tea. Um, but I'm getting ready to go and I'm getting ready to go and get me some more water because I have just been really thirsty because it's been like getting warmer here lately. And you guys pardon my hair, but I'm getting ready to go to bed in a little bit. But I wanted to show you too my progress. The hat. And I was supposed to be done, but I have gotten pretty far. You see the black now? Now this is gonna be the inside, so don't worry about what that looks like. Worry about what the inside's gonna look like, which is that. Okay, it's gonna be just perfect. You're not gonna see where I added the black on there because that's gonna be inside. You're gonna see it like this, which is very nice. And I'm gonna say too, my crazy little fish, they are so hungry all the time, and I'm sure a lot of people have fish and they're like, hey, they always act greedy like that. But my fish, I'll tell you one thing, the fish are family fish. They're used to me going in there. Okay, what I do is I clean out their tank first. I clean out any of the extra poop and all the poop that I can find, and just clean out their water. I don't drain the quarter of a tank until after they've eaten first, if it's the day to do it. But after I clean the poop, normally I just give them their food, so they know I'm getting ready to give them food. But lately I've been like really trying to just clean out their, not lately, but most of the time I just cleaned it out a couple times. So the second time, that's why they say you should really split up their food, goldfish especially, because they really, they don't have, is it just goldfish or maybe all fish? But, it's like they don't know when they're full, so they're going to want to eat more. So, they tell you should probably split up their food, like give them some in the morning and give them some like in the evening. That way they feel like they won't be waiting for a whole long time to the next day to eat. They won't feel like they're so hungry. Because like I said, my fish, Steve Harvey, he went and got in the filter because he's always eating around the filter. Like he wants to go in there and check and see if there's food in there. And I'm sure they find some because my filter falls over sometimes and I need to really get a different one, which that will happen. But I got it fixed now to where, see, it can go up, but it holds up the lid. And I don't want the lid held up because it evaporates my water in the tank, and you don't want the water evaporating. So I usually put the filter down so that it's not hitting the top of the lid. But I'll probably end up eventually getting one of those that go underneath. I'm going to figure it out because I'm going to get ready to get into this fish escapade because I really enjoy looking at them. But anyways, so they act really hungry, so I might end up just like feeding them twice, but break up the food that I give them in the morning to like partial, and then give them the other part in the evening, so that way they're not like acting like they're just so hungry they can't take it. So, but anyways, I was cleaning it out, and then they were just really going crazy, like, oh, it's time to eat, you know. So I'm trying to train them, but I don't want them thinking every time I clean it out that it's just going to be time to eat. And that's basically what they're thinking. Every time I go in there and clean out the tank, they think the next step is going to be the food coming in. You see, animals are really smart. Fish, I don't care what kind of animal or amphibian or fish or whatever you have, bird, they're very, very intelligent. And of course, we know the creator made them, so of course they're going to be intelligent. But it's just amazing how fast they learn because, when I got them, I just started doing that routine, And now every time I clean out the tank, then they know it's going to be time to eat, And I don't usually do it too late, but they were eating, if you notice, if you feed your goldfish any kind of vegetable, like if you give them whatever kind of vegetable you give them, their poop comes out that color. So it was green, and I was like didn't they eat all those peas or not? And so I looked, and I'm like, wait a minute, that's not. So I just had to go and clean it again because I didn't see the dark. I just saw the light because I forgot I had given them peas today. So anyways, don't be alarmed if you see that. If you've given them vegetables like that, then it's going to change the color of the vegetables that they eat. So don't have a worry about it. Unless you didn't feed them that, then maybe they don't have enough bacteria or something's missing out of their diet or out of their body. But normally, if you give them green, they're going to have a poop that's green. If you give them red, it's going to be poop that's red. Whatever color you're giving them, that's what they're going to have. Eliminate that. So don't be alarmed. Anyways, next week we have quite a few things going on. So look forward to it. I should have the teddy bears. At least I'm going to try and have all of them done, but I'm not sure. I'm not really happy with how the faces came out. So what I'm doing is I'm doing the bodies and everything, and then I'm gonna really work on the faces. And I got some, my daughter gave me these things. Let's see. A lot of tiny, I don't know if you can see it, probably not. These are little buttons. So I've got those, so I'll probably use those for the eyes because I was knitting them on there, embroidering them type. But I think they would be cute with those buttons, and they're small. And gonna use those. So I haven't forgot about the bears. I just um, pretty much almost finished one of them, but I wasn't happy with the head, so I took it off, and I'm gonna redo it. And then I'm gonna do all the bodies, and then I'll go in and I think I have the smaller brown bear. That face, I really like it, so I'll probably end up using that face for all of them, that pattern for all the other faces if it comes out like I think it is, because I like the way that one's looking on the pattern. So, but anyways, when I get up to 8 inches of this, which is quite a bit, I'm going to start adding the white, okay? And once I add the white, it's going to go towards the top, and that'll be the, it's going to have your gray, your black, and then the white's going to be at the top. And the emblem will go on here, on this part. And so it's going to look really nice because those are the colors, guys. You know, those are the colors for the Raiders. The black, gray, and white. And a lot of times they put the black, the main part black, which it will be because this part is going to be pretty tall. The black part is going to be mostly the black on there, and then you've got that gray at the bottom. I started to make the gray at the bottom and the black at the top, but I just like the way this is going to look because there's usually more black in it anyways. So when that's done, I'm going to show you the finishing results. And you know, usually a hat like this only takes about a couple days, but I've been probably, I'll say 3 days to make it really nice because it takes a while for the embroidery part, you know, the little emblem, even though it's small, the little logo, you still have to embroider it after it's drawn and everything. And the hat, I have taken this hat out before, so it looks like it's heading out pretty good. Like I'm not gonna have to take this one out again. I already took it out once, so it's getting there to where it's gonna be fine. See it on the inside? You can see it good or not. That light is kind of shining on it to where you can't really see it, but there it is in there. But it's coming out really good. And the other one, trying to get them both done at the same time, which they won't be done at the same time, but you know, close. And I was going to show you another thing, and it's already 13 minutes. You guys aren't going to watch this whole thing. But this at the bottom, I don't put my markers anymore. I just use my string. I just go by the start and the beginning point, unless there's another point they want you to do. But this is where I use the start and the beginning, so I don't have to take out those markers and all that, because this pattern that I have is not one that you have to count. So this is fine. And I still have the lap blanket. Oh, excuse me. The peppermint color one, and I also have the green turquoise one for my mom, but I'm trying to just like get them all to where they're almost all done, and then I'll do the finishing touches, and then I'm like have boom, 4 or 5 projects done. Although I did finish the couple, the other ones I was giving to people that I've been promising for, like, one was like a whole almost 2 years that I've been promising that bearded hat, and then the other one was about the same, you know, around the same time I offered the scarf, the red one. So I'm like, let me get those out of the way because I promised those, and I just don't like to have, so I have to be in the mood to really, I'm telling you, to really be doing this knitting. And I finish it, and then I'm like, I did quite a few that year, and I was like, I don't even want to look at another knitting for now because I didn't feel like doing any more. Although I do like it, you know. I just had did so many that year. You know, I did the gloves, I did scarves and hats, and I don't remember what I ended up. There was a lot going on the year that I was supposed to do those other ones, but I still should have done them and got them done. But they'll enjoy them now, you know. So I'm still finishing. And now if I'm going to be going to the craft fair, I'm going to have to get used to doing all of these things, you know. This is going to be almost a half an hour, so I'm going to turn off the video. But anyways, like, subscribe, and look forward to the next videos coming up. I will have this hat finished, and I'm actually not going to have it finished. I'm going to let you see how I finish the crown of it, because I've never showed that part where I close it off, okay? Excuse me. The red one, I just stitched up the back, and it was different than the normal ones because I made it different. But this black one is like the pink one I made, and I didn't show you how I close up the pink one. So anyways, everybody have a good night, and I will be fresh and ready again for something tomorrow. I'm pretty sure I'm going to put the hat out tomorrow where I finish it off. So it's going to be exciting. So stay tuned for that, and you'll see how we do it. If you've done hats before, so you already know how to do it. But if you haven't done one, then it's going to be interesting for you to see. You know, you see how it's rounded like this. It just keeps going up. And then we get to where we're in 4 of the needles. We'll do the double pointed needles because this is pretty small. I mean, this is too big to be using to make it when you make the hole smaller on here. And then you use the double pointed needles, and then you finish them off like that. And I'll show you how it's done. Kind of like how I had that bear with the 4 needles going. So, good night, everybody. Have a good rest of the night.